Why does your diet always fail, and why can't you stop drinking or smoking? It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you don't have the willpower either. There is a misconception out there that if we have the strong will, we can control all our actions in life. But that's not necessarily true. Nobody has such a strong iron will. Instead, you just need to change your subconscious to build the right habit. And you don't need to pay money and join a seminar to change your subconscious either. It's much more simple. You just need to repeat what you do over and over again until the neurons in your brain are reprogrammed. Let me guide you through how to do that. According to Charles Duhigg, a habit is made of 3 elements: the cue, the routine, and the reward. For example, when your mouth feels gross after eating, it will be the cue for you to take the action to brush your teeth, which is the routine. And the reward will be for you to feel refreshed. Same thing whenever you're coming home from a stressful day at work. That will be the cue to make you grab a beer, which is the routine, and to get you drunk is the reward. Every habit, whether it's a good one or a bad one, has this procedure. The habit to exercise or diet or even being addicted to drugs are essentially the same. All of them seek for the reward and continuously take the same actions as a routine following the cue. There are different types of rewards. Some are obvious, such as money, but some might look painful from the outside, for instance weightlifting or jogging. Actually, any good habit contains some initial struggle, but when you keep on repeating it, it will turn into a huge satisfaction in the end. Just like the first time you drank a beer, it tastes bitter at first, but if you get used to it and repeat drinking, it starts tasting good. But building a new habit isn't always easy, right? I know that feeling. We tend to wait for the right timing when we feel like doing it, but unfortunately that day will never come. Listen closely. You will never feel like doing it unless you start doing it. It's because the nucleus accumbens in our brain has the function to activate the motivation switch. But it's proven by science that it doesn't activate until you start doing something. You really just have to get started to feel like doing it. How do you get started? The most important tip is to lower the bar. Whenever you quit doing something new, it's because you weren't able to get the reward regardless of the effort you put in. You need to lower the bar, the challenging level, to what's appropriate to you. How do you do that? You should think of improving these 3 areas: the distance, the process, and mental. For example, if you decided to start going to a gym, you need to think of a reasonable location that's convenient for you. It might be near your home or wherever, but a place that isn't too far. The process should be simple as possible. Let me explain. For instance, if you decided to start jogging every morning in the winter, you might want to go to bed with your running wears on so that you can immediately go out without feeling hassled. The mental state is something that might stop you from doing it. For example, if you're someone who feels embarrassed, like what if someone sees me running or whatever, you might need to think of a way to avoid such situation like jogging in the early morning. When you think carefully of what you can do to lower the bars to keep you consistent, it will make it easier for you to keep on to that new habit. And that's what habits are all about, to repeat the cue, routine, and get the reward every single day until you're able to do it on autopilot. That's when habits are created and your subconscious is reprogrammed to be able to do a new thing. You won't need to think of, I have to do it. You will naturally start thinking that I want to do it. It's a completely new lifestyle. Whenever you try to tackle a new habit with strong will and by enduring the pain, you will easily give up. I know you've seen so many people going on a diet, and once they reach their milestone, they regain weight again. That happens because the habit and new lifestyle isn't really built inside them. In order to ingrain the habit, keep in mind that you're free to change the challenge level anytime. For example, from 30 push-ups a day to even 1 push-up a day is fine if you don't feel like doing it. You just need to keep the bottom line to keep on doing it every single day. This is because whenever you fail, you will feel negative about yourself. This is the worst thing that can happen when building up a new habit. It destroys your self-esteem. You need to keep the self-esteem high, and the only way doing that is by being consistent and by feeling satisfaction growing step by step. Keep these things in mind and create a good habit one by one. It will definitely change your life and build a confidence inside you that you can do anything you want in this world. Focus on turning your bad habits into good ones. What would you want to stop doing that is the bad habit? If you have no clue, think of these 3 things. 1. Something you don't want your kids to be doing. 2. Something you feel regret and not satisfied after doing. 3. Something you don't necessarily feel joyful of. Well, any bad habit has a reward inside, and that's why you get addicted to it, but rethink whether the reward is really worth it or not. You should focus on reaching out for a bigger reward that's better for your future and figure out a way not to get stuck in your short-term reward. If you want further info on how to avoid temptations, click on the video link in the description below. And thank you so much for watching all the way through. Hi, my name is Joey, and if you're interested in getting self-development tips to change your mindset and grab the dream life you want, please hit that subscribe link in the comment field. Question of the day: what good habit are you working on right now? Please post your comments below because I would really love to hear. Also, if you like this video, I would really appreciate if you could click the like button. See you in the next video. Bye bye.